Hello and welcome to Geology, a channel dedicated to biology or the study of life. Ever wonder how you taste that delicious pizza or how you can talk and sing? It's all thanks to one amazing super flexible muscle, your tongue. Get ready to explore the incredible world of this taste bud covered wonder in part 1 of our 5-part series. Today we'll deep dive into the tongue's structure, uncover its many functions, and map out the different types of papillae that gives it its unique texture. So let's begin. The tongue is a special part of your body. It's voluntary, which means you can control it whenever you want, like when you move it to talk, chew, or taste. It's also a muscular organ, so it has muscles that help you move and do all those things. Now, tongue is also a glandular structure, meaning it has tiny little glands that help produce things like saliva, which is most important for chewing and swallowing. One of the most important jobs of tongue is to help you taste. It is one of the 5 senses we use to experience the world, just like sight, hearing, touch, and smell. So, tongue is responsible for the taste. But that's not all. Your tongue helps with a lot of other things too, like chewing, licking, breathing, swallowing, and even speaking. The surface of the tongue is covered with a special soft pink tissue called mucosa. This tissue is great because it helps to protect the tongue, it keeps it moist, and it makes it easier for it to do its job. Now, where's the tongue located? It stretches from the hyoid bone in the middle of the neck to the floor of the mouth. The tongue has 3 parts. The tip or the apex is the frontmost and the most flexible part of the tongue. The body follows the next. Its underside, which is the ventral surface, is smooth and it is attached to the floor of the mouth by the lingual frenulum, while the top side, which is the dorsal side, is rough, touches the palate, and it is covered with taste buds and lingual papillae. The base is the back part of the tongue. It has foliate papillae along its sides and is covered by lymphoid tissue known as the lingual tonsils. Imagine your tongue is a bit like a kite. The string that connects it to the bottom of your mouth is the lingual frenulum. Now, if you look at the top of the tongue, you will see it's not all the same. The front part that you see easily is the anterior oral part. The back part closer to your throat is the posterior pharyngeal part. And these 2 parts are separated by a V-shaped line known as the sulcus terminalis. And right at the tip of that V, there is a tiny little pit called the foramencecum. Let's see the papillae now. Now think of your tongue like a bumpy road. Those little bumps are the papillae. That's what makes your tongue feel rough and not smooth. And most of these bumps have tiny little taste buds inside them. These taste buds are super important because they are how you taste everything. So the papillae helps you to taste sweet, sour, salty, bitter and umami flavors. That's not all. Some of the papillae, especially the ones in front of your tongue, are extra rough. These help you to grip your food while you are chewing, and it also helps to move around in your mouth. Finally, your papillae also help you feel things in your mouth, like the temperature of the food, its texture, and so on. So the papillae are taste testers, food grippers, and the feelers all rolled into one. Called papillae, which are of 4 different kinds, all play a role in taste and texture. The filiform, think of files. So that's a tip for you to remember. Fili is like files, and files are rough. These are the most common. They are small and cone shaped, like tiny files, and they make your tongue feel rough. They don't have taste buds, so they are mainly for the grip. Then fungiform, they are like mushrooms, and mushroom is a type of fungus. So fungiform, these look like little mushrooms which are scattered among the filiform papillae. So they are mostly on the tip and sides of the tongue, and they do have taste buds. The foliate is like foliage, like leaves. These are on the sides of the tongue towards the back. They look like little folds or ridges, kind of leaf-like. So they also have taste buds. And then the fourth type is the circumvallate. You can think of circle and wall. These are the biggest papillae and are at the very back of the tongue, arranged in a V shape. They look like little domes surrounded by a wall, and they have lots of taste buds. So circumvallate sounds like circle and wall. They form a sort of circular wall at the back. So we've talked about the bumps on the main part of your tongue, but the very back, the bit that goes into your throat, the pharynx, is a whole different story. The very back part of your tongue in your throat has special bumps which are not for tasting but for fighting off invaders. It has these small raised spots, but these aren't for tasting. They are actually groups of special tissue called lymphoid tissue, and when it's found on the tongue like this, we call it lingual tonsils. Talking about the function, your tongue does a lot more than just tasting. It's covered in taste buds that let you enjoy different flavors. That's true. It also helps you chew by pushing food around in your mouth and softening it against the roof of your mouth. Amazingly, your tongue is essential for talking, shaping the sounds that come out of your mouth. It even plays a big part in swallowing, moving food to the back of your mouth. And these tiny glands in your tongue make saliva which moistens the food to make it easier to chew and digest. So your tongue is actually a busy little muscle. So we have completed part 1 of the 5-part series. You can have a glance of what the other 4 parts cover, and you can find them in the subsequent videos. I hope you liked this video, and if you did so, do like, share and subscribe to our channel Givology.